This is it, the apocalypse. Whoa, I'm waking up. I feel it in my bones, enough to make my system blow. Welcome to the new age, welcome to the new
Guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is going to be a Scent Safari episode, and today we're taking a look at a house called Noma Terra. Now, for those of you who don't understand the concept of Scent Safari, basically what I do is I reach out to a house that I don't have that much experience with, usually a house that I don't own a fragrance from them in my very vast collection, and I reach out, ask them to send me some samples, and I pick 4 of the samples they send me, and I discuss them on camera. And what I like to do is a couple hours before I film, I put them on my skin for the first time, and then as I approach filming, a couple minutes before, I reapply them. So I have a little bit of a good first impression of the fragrances. I've picked 4 from Noma Terra, and I want to let you guys know I'm going to do a full review of this house, of a fragrance that they sent me a full bottle of called Datura New Orleans. But first, we're going to look at 4 today. And before we do that, let's talk about this house. Now, this is a New York-based company, and the name is a play on Nomads of the Earth, and that was formed, and the house was formed by a husband and wife team of self-taught perfumer Aggie and Benjamin Burnett, and they do scents inspired by locations. Aggie actually escaped communist Poland at the age of 1 with her family in 1986 and made it to New York City. And they had a family tradition of discovering new locations every year, and this helped shape her love of fragrance, the different aromas of different places. And you can see that so much of love of travel sparks the love of scent and really exploration of the senses. You know, you can often be exposed to different foods and music and art and smells when you travel. Aggie also worked in beauty marketing and was a beauty editor at Glamour magazine, and she has a chemistry degree from Columbia. Her husband Benjamin also has a degree from Columbia in biochemistry, so this is a pretty smart duo. They will actually revisit certain locations while working on a scent, and they also do candles as well as fragrances. The scents are available in a couple of forms: 10 ml oils and EDP, so 2 formats, 2 price points. You can purchase everything on their website, which of course I will link to in their description, but also you can purchase their fragrances at Indie Scents and a large list of retailers, which you can find on their site, including a newer location in New York City on Elizabeth Street. So we have 4 we're going to talk about today. Let's get into them. The EDPs range from $130 to $175 depending on size of bottle. $55 for the 10 ml roll-on perfume. So I really like that there are options. 9-ounce candles go for $70. They also have travel sprays. They have a sample set on their site, and fragrance wipes, $20 for a variety pack of 12. Now, the first fragrance we're going to talk about is this guy, Cape Cod Wild Beach Rose. I've been to Cape Cod. Beautiful place. Notes on this are bergamot, grapefruit, and salt at the top, seawater, floral notes, wild rose in the middle, amber, mountain air, and lavender in the base. And this is really gorgeous fragrance. I like this one a lot. This is a very fresh scent. These, for the most part, are fresher scents. I love the fruit in this one. The grapefruit is really nice, but it also has a saltiness to it. It's really, if you like oceanic fragrances, you'll probably like this one. This definitely has a lot more quality to it than a lot of the sort of generic aquatic designer freshies. You know, the salt's in here, the fruit is in here. This has some nice floral notes to it. It's very crisp, very clean. I would definitely wear this one. The next one we're going to talk about is called the Boston Tobacco Leaf. And Boston Tobacco Leaf is this one. The notes on Boston Tobacco Leaf are neroli and grapefruit, Egyptian rose, cardamom and basil, tobacco leaf, benzoin, and vetiver. And this is another one that I really like. Well, Cape Cod Wild Beach Rose is fruity and crisp. This one is also has a crispness to it and a freshness, but there's a little bit of dryness to this one. You know, cardamom is in this one. There's a nice tobacco leaf note in this one. A little bit of smokiness from the benzoin. Reminds me a little bit of Tabarome Millesime by Creed. A little bit of an edge to it. Not quite as fresh as Cape Cod Wild Beach Rose, but still crisp. It has a crispness to it. I'd say Wild Beach Rose is more floral and fruity, and Boston Tobacco Leaf is drier and spicier. Both, again, very, very nice fragrances. If you like fresher, high-quality fragrances, these will be great for you. The next one is this guy, and it's called Brooklyn Violet Leaf. And this one has yuzu, bergamot, whitewood, tonka, violet, tobacco, leather, and metallic notes. And I would say this is probably my favorite of the four. This one opens up really sharp with violet leaf and yuzu. It's, again, I think clean and crisp is the theme of these. It has a metallic edge, but there is a real backbone of leather and woods and tobacco. It's more tobacco to me, actually, than in Boston Tobacco Leaf. It's nice, it's potent, it's fresh, but it's masculine, and it definitely has an edge to it. But you still get the yuzu. You get a nice dose of white woods in this one. Nice, very good fragrance. I think, again, the theme is crisp and fresh, but not being such a way that you're not going to get good performance out of these. On my skin, these project really well for the time I've use them, and they go through different stages, so there's some real quality in the notes used here. The final one we're going to talk about is called Hampton Cedar, and the notes on Hampton Cedar: bergamot, white grapefruit and citruses, jasmine, lily of the valley, gardenia and magnolia, seawater, patchouli leaf, leather, and white woods. And wow, this one is really nice too. Reminds me a lot of Cape Cod Wild Beach Rose, but this one, the emphasis on this one for me is really about high quality citrus here. I think that Cape Cod Wild Beach Rose was more salty and sort of seawatery, and I think this one is beautiful citrus with a very woody base. White woods is a good description for the base. I don't get so much cedar as I get a sort of melange of woods out of this one, but again, just impressive. Like, these are great spring and summer scents. Now, I will say this, based off what you're seeing here, you might go, oh, well, those are all very nice and well, but it's getting cold out, Max, and what are we supposed to wear when it gets cold out from this house? Well, stay tuned. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to review Datura New Orleans, which is a beast. It's got boozy notes, cognac, praline. There's lots of resins and smoke in it. So, you know, I was a little, when I smelled these, I was like, oh, these are nice, but I kind of like darker scents. And then I smelled Datura, and I was like, okay, I get it now. These are all awesome. These are excellent if you're a person that likes the crisper, fruitier scents, but not ones that are boring, you know, not the stuff that lines the shelves that designer perfumers make. What I really like about the Noma Terra fragrances is that A, that they're inspired by actual locations that the perfumers have been, and B, the quality of the materials here. You can tell that these are excellent materials. These do not smell synthetic at all, and these perform, at least on my skin, really well. These are really, I mean, I just put a little bit. You can see the sample vials are very small. I just put a little bit, and they really are booming off of my skin. So I'm going to link to Noma Terra in the description. Please let me know if you have any questions, and stay tuned for my review of Datura New Orleans in a couple of weeks, guys. I'll see you again really soon with another episode of Sensafari. My name is Maximilian, and I must know.
Shaping up, been checking out